In the 1970s, virtually every pickup truck in one Louisiana high school parking lot had a rifle or shotgun on the back glass and a pistol under the seat, every single day. And they did not have mass shootings, not one. Congressman Clay Higgins walked into that hearing room, looked AOC dead in the face, and laid that history out like a sledgehammer. And she had absolutely nothing. No answer, no comeback, nothing. Stay right there, because what happened next needs to be seen by every American who still believes in the Second Amendment. AOC stood at that hearing and called American gun culture internationally embarrassing. She tried to pin the violent, lawless disaster that Democrat policies created in blue cities on red states. She pointed fingers at Florida and Georgia for New York's crime crisis, while completely ignoring the fact that her own party built that crisis, brick by brick, policy by policy, decade by decade. Higgins was not having a single word of it. He did not come with talking points. He came with history. Cold, hard, undeniable American history. He started with red flag laws, and he went straight at the police commissioner sitting at that table. Under the law his Democrat colleagues were pushing, an anonymous tip from any citizen would be enough justification to send officers to a law-abiding American's home to confiscate his legally owned weapons. No criminal charges, no arrest, no investigation, just a tip from a neighbor. Higgins looked that commissioner in the eye and asked him directly, "Would you do it? Yes or no?" The commissioner could not answer. He stumbled, he dodged, and Higgins called it out on the spot. A police commissioner sworn to uphold the Constitution, unable to defend the constitutional rights of the citizens he serves. That one exchange told this entire country everything it needs to know about what the left is really after. Not safety, control. Then Higgins delivered the history lesson that demolished her argument entirely. 15 million American men came home from World War II. That was 11% of the entire population. They came back fully trained in weapons of war, carrying the invisible wounds of combat, and guns were literally everywhere. Zero regulation. Any child in the 1950s could walk into any store and hand over cash for a rifle. You could order weapons through the Sears catalog and have them mailed straight to your house. Serial numbers were not even required on firearms sold in this country until 1968, and we did not have mass shootings. Then he described his time as a young carpenter in college, restoring 100-year-old homes built in American cities, and what he discovered inside those walls stopped that entire hearing room cold. Those homes had no locks on the doors. A fully armed nation with weapons in every truck and every mailbox, and people felt so safe in their communities they did not even lock their front doors at night. Higgins looked up from that history and asked the question that leveled AOC where she stood. What happened to that country? The guns did not change. The availability did not change. What changed was the culture, the family, the moral foundation. And the Democrat Party has spent decades dismantling all three while pointing at your rifle and demanding your rights as payment for the problems they created. AOC came to that hearing to make you feel ashamed of your heritage. Higgins made her feel ashamed of her argument. He closed by telling that entire committee he would not yield his opposition to their unconstitutional laws, not 1 inch. She had no comeback. Her allies had no answer. Because you cannot argue with history, and you cannot shame a man who knows exactly what he stands for. If this fired you up, hit that like button right now. Drop "Higgins was right" in the comments so we know who is still standing. Share this video with every Second Amendment supporter in your circle, because this fight is nowhere near over. And if you are not subscribed yet, do it now. We bring you this truth every single day on this channel. Stay loud, stay armed with the truth.